There's no escape. I can't away. Dangerous. I'm loving it.
When I woke up in the morning, he was so alive.
You think they know you're lying?
How many drinks have you had today?
I'm a crazy drunk flight attendant, not a killer. What did you get me involved with?
I feel like I'm losing my mind.
How do you think you're getting away with any of this?
Oh, God.
What's up, guys? I'm joined today by the lovely Ash. We have kind of a fun new show that just came out, The Flight Attendant. It's on HBO Max. The first 3 episodes came out November 26th. So was that
Thanksgiving
That's
Day.
Thanksgiving Day. So yeah, we kind of had heard about it, wanted to catch up on it, see what it's like. So we watched the first 3 episodes. Overwhelmingly positive. Kind of liked it. Kind of a surprise. I'm kind of surprised on how good it was, actually.
Were you? I remember seeing some of the, like a preview and going like, oh, that looks good. I love Kaylee Coco. Like she's.
Big Bang Theory fan
I
over
love
here.
Big Bang Theory, and I think I've seen a couple other things. I follow her on Instagram.
Sure.
Like I'm a big fan. But this was surprisingly really good. So you have 3 1-hour-ish episodes, and we finished them all in one night, which is saying something for me, because you show me a new show, if it's not good within the first 10-20 minutes, I've already kind of cast it out. I try to give every show 1 or 2 episodes. I try. But how many shows did we try this weekend that I go like, sucks? I can't do it.
I mean, you know, we were watching some Black Narcissus on Hulu. We were watching No Man's Land on Hulu. We were watching, been making our way through the Queen's Gambit, which we both actually like.
That's good.
So yeah, it's rare to find something that kind of hold our attention and not stop looking at like Disney and cat videos on Instagram, So yeah, it's based on like a 2018 novel. I don't know if there's a follow-up to it. I think it's like a one-off story. This is supposed to be kind of a limited series run. I don't even know technically what that means. It's not going to be a continued series, I don't think. I don't think they have the commitment from it, but it's her own production company that made the show. So they kind of, it's a vehicle for her. She didn't get cast in it. Like, it's her own production company that made the show and everything. So it's interesting. Good cast,
It's done well too. Like the story runs really well. You don't have any like down lull time. It also doesn't feel like a character she has been in previously. Like, it's definitely a different character for her, and she does it well.
Yeah, it's close enough. Like, if you like Big Bang Theory and you like her character, what was her name on the show? Penny. Through osmosis, I've seen almost every episode of Big Bang Theory, just living in the same house as Ash. But you can kind of see that deeply flawed character the same way. So basically, just as a quick rundown of the plot, no real spoilers or anything. This is all in the trailer. She plays a flight attendant who kind of meets some, hot rich guy. She's working first class in a upscale, maybe a Qantas or something, kind of a nicer airline.
International.
Right. International flight. The guy who played Dario Nargenis? Dario. I would say Dario. But the guy who played Dario, the second Dario, not the dude from Deadpool and who went on, the second coming of Dario, the one who finished the series. He is on Game of Thrones. He is kind of plays this rich dude. She kind of flirts with him. They kind of get together. They have dinner in Bangkok where the flight, lands. Just the two of them up in their hotel room. They're kind of hanging out. They're hooking up. They're partying. They're drinking. And she wakes up the next morning in bed, and he is dead. His throat has been slashed. So she starts panicking and freaking out, not exactly sure what to do, and kind of just, she just continues. She doesn't alert the authorities. This is not a spoiler, but the plot of the film or the plot of the show rather, is basically her dealing with the fallout of basically leaving the scene of this crime, doing her best to kind of pretend like she wasn't there, that as this is kind of a high profile figure. He's not really a celebrity or an actor or anything like that, but there's immediately kind of a fallout from kind of a high profile murder happening. And, her friends on the flight crew all knew that she was kind of flirting with him a little bit. So there's kind of the dynamic with her friends who, they're kind of more than coworkers because they're around each other so much. Yeah. So it's an interesting dynamic as she's kind of trying to reach out to her friend who's played by Josiah Mamet, David Mamet's daughter in real life. Remember her from Girls? She was on Girls for 5 years or whatever. She kind of plays her best friend in New York, who's also like a lawyer. So she's trying to help her out and trying to understand things and stuff like that. So it's kind of a fun, relatable show where
it's a little bit
you ask
like
yourself, what would you do in the same situation?
Murder mystery kind of feel to it.
Right. So,
but it's relatable for sure. Like that definitely, you could see, hopefully this never happens to anybody, but you can very much relate to, oh shit, what would I do in that situation? Were the decisions she made something I would do? And your initial reaction is probably, I would do something similar.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, you just happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time kind of a thing. What would you do? And she can't even really explain why she does certain things. Her friend, the lawyer, is questioning her. Why did you do that? Why did you do this? Why did why did you call me and not the police? Why did you? And she's just, you really believe that her character is kind of in this weird, panicky, heightened sense of freaked out where you forgive her for not immediately being able to just, hindsight is 2020 or whatever, but like you just act in the moment and you're scrambling and you're freaking out and you're worried about going to jail in Thailand. You know what I mean? What would you do?
Yeah. I mean, her reaction, being in a foreign country adds a whole nother element to this. And, we've seen way too many of those, like prison.
Locked up abroad.
Yes, exactly. So my reaction would just be like, get out of there as fast as possible. But she just, unfortunately just incriminates and makes herself look worse and worse, which I'm sure in the moment would happen to probably many people, innocent until proven guilty, thankfully.
Yeah. Thailand, not one of the countries I would like to be a prisoner of. Maybe Sweden, you know what I mean? Maybe a nice Norway or something, you know what I mean? But not Thailand, not anywhere in Southeast Asia. No, especially not on murder charges, smuggling or anything like that. Nothing. Yeah, I'm good. But yeah, it's a fun little show. If you guys have HBO Max, the God Volpe's still working on it, trying to get it on his Roku stick or Amazon Fire Stick or whatever the hell he's working on. But go check it out. It's a fun little show. Episodes 1 through 3 are up now, and I think they're dropping an episode or two like every Thursday. Right?
I'm really excited to see the next couple episodes. It's a nice change of pace for some of the stuff we've been watching. I love my rom-coms. I love, holiday movies. It's that time of year, but it's nice to see a good, well-made show that keeps my attention the entire time.
Yeah, it also has like Killing Eve vibes for me a little bit, where it's kind of like, there's a lot of kind of female leads that are running around and interesting, weird dynamics of like a very, you know what I mean? It's not too goofy. There's some interesting, weird choices that they made where, I don't want to spoil it for you, but there's like some weird, surreal moments in it. But for the most part, it's pretty, I don't know, I feel like it's semi-realistic or whatever, but I guess not really.
It's a real world setting. Like, you're in people's houses, you're in a hotel room, you're in a foreign country, but not so much in the fact that you feel that this is not something that would ever happen to you. Like, she goes back to a studio apartment in the city. Like, who can't relate to that in some respect? But it very much does have Killing Eve vibes, which is
it kind of removes the glamour of some of the stuff where you watch these movies, maybe 10, 15 years ago, Jennifer Garner lives in some insane $3 million apartment working as like a part-time editor of a magazine or something. In reality, some of the characters are kind of fun. She's got like a gay best friend who I was like, man, it's lazy to make the only male flight attendant on the crew is a gay guy. But I was like, I guess you'll forgive it. But to me, it was a little bit lazy, but he's actually like my favorite character of her friends, probably.
He's great. He has depth to them. He's not just your standard stereotypical, flamboyant flight attendant character. He's got very much depth. He's very interesting.
Yeah, Rosie Perez is in it for some reason. Somehow, she's still getting work and has a whole weird story going on behind it in the background of her whole thing, which doesn't seem to make sense for now, but I guess it will. Maybe it'll tie back in somehow, but yeah.
It's interesting. The first three, they definitely set up for some variety of a storyline. You definitely have, you know, your main character and her storyline, but they've set up some different sub storylines that could really become interesting.
Well, there you go. We don't want to get too much into it. We don't want to give too much away or anything, but like we just kind of, I don't know. I feel like there's so much crap out right now that you get lost in the barrage of new stuff coming out, and there's just, I don't know. So whenever we find something that I personally enjoyed, I always like to kind of promote it a little bit. Maybe it, you know, just helps encourage someone to give it a shot, check it out. I can't even get Volpe to watch Queen's Gambit that the rest of the world is breaking Netflix's viewership things for it. He's like, he can't be bothered. You know what I mean? So, and I'm just one man. You know what I mean? So if there's anything I can help, you know, a rich white blonde girl like Kaylee Cuoco, if I can help get one person to watch her limited streaming service show, I'm gonna do it.
Please go watch it. It's very interesting. You won't regret it.
There you go. Thank you guys so much for listening. Check us out on thedisorderly.com. We've got Trash for Ash coming. We've got more football previews. Do the picks. Not this past week. Listen, I picked the Rams. They screwed me. But we've got a lot of stuff coming out. I think Ash is going to watch some holiday classics. I'm going to get together with Volpe. We'll watch something. We'll figure it out. Thank you guys so much for listening. We appreciate it. We'll catch you next time.
Thanks, guys.